Hey there, welcome back guys. Thanks for joining me again today in the Jamaica kitchen. My name is Drew and today we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to make a chicken dish that is called Russian chicken. And yes, it has nothing to do with me being partially Russian, but this is a recipe in which I was taught by a friend of the family from Jamaica. And she cooked this for us and it was absolutely amazing, so I've cooked it ever since, and this was decades ago. But it's made with simple wishbone Russian dressing, some onions. This is about 2 medium onions that's been diced, and approximately that was about 6 cloves of garlic. And then in this bowl here we have boneless chicken thighs. I usually use bone-in for this particular dish, but I had boneless in the freezer, so I thought I'd use those up. And this is approximately about 4 pounds. And then last night I gave it a light seasoning with seasoned salt and garlic powder. And then I also used a little of a no salt seasoning, which I kind of like as well. But this is it. There's nothing else. There's no Scotch bonnets or Italian seasoning or thyme or any of that stuff. It's not necessary. Everything's in the wishbone Russian dressing, and the onions and the garlic. And before I forget, I received a beautiful gift from my brother. I have the best brother in the world. And he bought me this absolutely amazing knife. Thank you so much, brother. I love you. I've been chopping all day. So let's get started. So in my Dutch pan, I have a couple of tablespoons of canola oil. And we are going to lightly brown these chicken thighs. And as I said before, I usually use bone-in for this particular one because the bone does add quite a bit of flavour, but today I do have boneless and it's just as good. But usually when I use the bone, I might put this in the oven for 45 minutes to an hour, but since this is boneless, I will just cook it stovetop today. Okay, we're going to go ahead and finish browning these off, and then we're going to deglaze the pan. Today's meal is a super easy meal to make. It's one of those that you could rush home from work, brown the chicken, throw in the dressing and some onions, and you're good to go. 30 minutes, 35 minutes later, you'll have a meal on the table. Today we're going to serve it with rice and a simple mixed vegetable. Very easy meal, very quickly cooked, and also quite inexpensive. Okay, our chicken is wonderfully browned. And we're going to go ahead and deglaze the pan. And all I did was just basically rinse out the bowl the chicken was in. And we're going to put that in there. Not too much water. We just want enough so we can deglaze the pan, because we don't want to water down the dressing once it goes in. But this is why I like to brown my meats, because all of this on the bottom of the pan is nothing but flavor, and it can't be replaced with anything else. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add our chicken back into the pan, and we're also going to add the onions and the garlic. Here goes our chicken. And here's our onions. And our garlic. My beautiful knife. So pleased with my knife. He was sick of seeing me trying to saw through food on camera with this dull knife that I have. He's such a nice guy. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and add our dressing. And obviously if you didn't have as much chicken as this, then one bottle would have been enough, most likely. But this is, I believe it was 4.5 pounds, almost 5, somewhere in that range. Alright, gonna give it all a good stir. Doesn't that look good already? So at this point, I'm just going to leave it. I will put it in the oven if it has bone in. As I said before, these are boneless. And I'm just going to leave it here on the stove for about 30 minutes. And let it simmer. And you could let it cook a little longer, but you be careful with boneless meat. It can get trashy if you overcook it and dry it out. Alright, moving on. We're going to go ahead and let them bathe in their Russian bath for about 30 minutes or so, and then we'll check it for doneness. So today we're going to also add with our meal a simple salad, a couple of tomatoes, a piece of cucumber and an avocado. And it's just something I do in most of my meals to add raw vegetables or raw salad of some sort into my meal every day. I think it's very important to eat some kind of raw products, fruits, raw vegetables, whatnot, whatever you can get your hands on a regular basis, because as you cook vegetables, it kills the enzymes within the vegetable, and we need enzymes to properly digest and absorb a lot of the material, the nutrition that's within inside of these foods. So I always love to eat some raw salad, vegetables, fruit every day, especially with my main meal. And it gives me an excuse to use my fancy knife. Here we go, this is a simple cut salad. Some tomatoes, cucumber and some avocado. Very simple to do. Took 3 or 4 minutes, not very long. Alright, beautiful color too. Okay, this is 35 minutes into the cooking process. And I have just tasted it. It is delicious. The chicken is very tender and everything is cooked through and melded so lovely. It is something quite special. So what this was 2 bottles of wishbone Russian dressing, a couple of medium onions, 6 chopped garlic cloves, and about 4.5 pounds of chicken. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Didn't take long at all. Alright, let's go ahead and plate our food. Here's our finished plate for the day. This is Russian chicken with a bed of rice and mixed vegetables. Super easy, super quick, super delicious. And also we're going to have a simple cut salad. Thanks again for joining me today. Please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe and leave comments. Let me know if you tried this recipe and how you enjoyed it. Alright, you guys have a blessed evening. That's how man feed man belly.